All right, Shalom, it's your brother Shamar from the Phoenix camp. With that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. Jump right into the scripture. This is Matthew 11 and 29. I'll start at verse 28. It says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." So there's a rest in Yahushai, man. Let's get that word rest. There is to cause one to cease from any movement or labor in order to recover collective strength, to give rest, refresh, to give oneself rest, to take rest, keep quiet and calm and patient expectation. So that's what we get when you come serve Yahweh Shai, you get a patient expectation. You're looking forward to something that you didn't look forward to before. You have a hope. You have a hope, and our hope is the kingdom, man. Our hope is righteousness being established upon the earth and everything put back in order. Our hope is the glorification of our power, man. Our hope is the destruction of the wicked. That's going to be our rest, man. Part of our rest is going to be the destruction of the wicked. Part of our rest is going to be being free from this captivity, man. So it says, "Come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden." Why? Because that just proves that we are in captivity. To labor and to be heavy laden is a state of captivity. And that's exactly what we are here in America. We are in a constant state of captivity, mentally, physically, and spiritually. You're not allowed to do what you want to do, man. There's no freedom here. They feed you the propaganda that America is a place of freedom, when it's contrary to all those things, man. You have no mental freedom. You have no spiritual freedom. You have no physical freedom. Everything has to come with permissions. Everything is judged. Everything is ruled by unrighteous decrees. And as we continue on in these last days, those freedoms that you think you so-called have are going to be taken away more and more. It's going to come to the point where you're not going to be allowed to eat, to work, to inhabit a place of dwelling without bowing down into this devil, man. So how is that any type of freedom? That sounds like captivity to me. It says, "Come unto me, all you that labor and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Like I said, the rest that we have in Yahweh Shai is like the definition said. Let's go back to it. A calm and patient expectation. So we have an expectation in Yahweh Shai. We have an expectation of a kingdom to come. Let me get a scripture real quick. This is Hebrews 13 and 14, talking about that expectation of this patient, the expectation that we have. Hebrews 13 and 14. "For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come." So that's that patient expectation. That word patient, I think it goes to the word suffering. Let me see if I can get that definition real quick. This is the Strong's for definition for the Greek word patient, and it says, I'm gonna do definition 2. That says to remain, abide, not recede or flee. So that's not making haste, man. What does the scripture say in the Apocrypha? "Make not haste in time of trouble." That's a form of patience. To persevere under misfortunes and trials, to hold fast to one's faith in Yahweh Shai, to endure, bear bravely and calmly ill treatments. So that's what we got to do in the meantime, man. That's part of what we got to do in patiently waiting, patiently have an expectation of the kingdom. I'm gonna get that just right here. Romans 12 and 12. It says, "Rejoicing in hope." And that's our hope, man. That's our rest. That's really the only thing we got here in this sinful kingdom is hope. That's our rest. That's how we get rest, man. That's how we rest our spirit. You're not gonna get rest on these from Esau in any way, shape, or form. The only rest, the only patient expectation that you're gonna get is from Yahweh Shai and His truth and His word. "Rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer." It says patient in tribulation, and we brought out that word definition for the word patient. So that's the mind state for now, man. Rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. That's what we got to do. It says distributing to the necessity of saints, the needs of saints, to give into hospitality. What does that go into? That goes to giving tithes, man. That's part of our duties in this truth. And with this truth, it comes with a lot of burdens. Going back to Matthew 11:29. Go back to Matthew 11:29. It says, "Come unto me, all you that labor and heavy laden, I will give you rest, man." So that's the rest that we're looking for, man. That patient expectation, that comes along with suffering. It says, "Take my yoke upon you." That's that yoke is the burden of this truth. This truth is a burden because it comes with you becoming a prisoner of hope. It comes with you waking up and having obligations to the Lord. The average person out here, he has no obligations to the Most High. But if you're a brother in this truth, then you have obligations. You have the obligation to seek the Most High. You have the obligation to put Him first. You have the obligation to learn and teach His word. You have the obligation to act accordingly within the confines of the brotherhood. You have the obligation to pay tithes, man. You have the obligation to put this truth first and foremost above your family, above your work, above your children, above yourself. That's part of the burden, part of the cross that brothers have to bear. Yahweh Shai said that he that cannot bear his cross cannot be my disciple. You can't be a follower of Yahweh Shai unless you're willing to make those sacrifices. That's part of the yoke. But that yoke's going to come as reward. And Yahweh Shai told us, he set an example of how to bear that yoke. He says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. For I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your souls." That patient expectation, man. "For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Why? Because compared to being under this devil, we actually benefit from this burden, man. The so-called burden of the truth. We're going to have a extreme benefit, extreme reward from this truth, from taking on the struggles and the temptations and turning your back from the world. We're going to get a reward for that. Now, compared to Esau's system, you're taking on Esau's burden. What is Esau's burden, man? What is pursuing or chasing the American dream? That's going to lead to nothing. That's going to lead to failure. Ultimately, like we always bring up, a lot of these millionaires, they're very unhappy, man. Because they seek pleasure. They seek fulfillment, and they can't find it. Because they're looking for worldly fulfillment, man. So we got to be like Yahweh Shai. We got to take on his burden, man. Because, and also with that burden, that yoke, it's going to come persecution. But the reward that we're going to get, it's going to be everlasting rest. I'm going to get just right here, John 15:20. This is Salak. This is John 15:20, and it says, "Remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you." So the example Yahweh Shai is set for us to follow. He was scorned, he was mocked. He was brought to a low estate, but he remained meek, humble, and he held on to his integrity in all things. It says, "If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also." Why? Because we are set up as the authority of Most High's word. Great Millstone is the authority because they have the true understanding, the 100% understanding of the scriptures. So we're speaking the words of the Lord. He has put the words in his mouth of his prophets. So that's a heavy responsibility. And with that comes a burden. It comes a yoke. But like I said, it's easier than being under Esau's fucking burden, Esau's slavery, Esau's yoke. We're free from that. We're free from that mentally. That's why we have that patient expectation. That's why we have that rest into our souls. And that's going to be, and pretty soon, brothers, that's going to be right here. It's going to be right here in our face because these prophecies, they're coming to pass, man. They're coming to pass on a large scale. And it's not going to be that much more longer. So all these things come to a point where they're just gonna be upon you what's the word I'm trying to say? They're gonna come to a point where there's not going to be no more waiting, man. Esau's going to do his thing. The Most High is going to do his thing. And there's not going to be no more waiting. There's not going to be no more tarrying of the Lord. The scripture said that he comes quickly. So that's what it is. But in the meantime, we have a rest. We have a rest in the promises of the scriptures and the promises of Yahweh Shai. We have a patient expectation. But also with that, there's going to be there's gonna be persecution and suffering, because we got to suffer just like Yahweh Shai suffered. So all these things are in a balance together, man. All these things are balanced. We're gonna suffer the persecution. We're gonna be scorned and mocked, just like Yahweh Shai was. We're gonna be brought to in front of kings and princesses, just like Yahweh Shai was. But we're gonna be glorified, just like Yahweh Shai was. We're gonna inherit the same things that Yahweh Shai is gonna inherit, because the scripture says that we're co-inheritors, man. So you gotta think about these things constantly. You gotta keep these in your mind bank, because the hell that's coming upon America is not gonna be nice. Apostle made a video said most of you are not ready, when the rest true. These people aren't ready on a physical, not a physical, but a spiritual level, where the things are gonna come. So a lot of these people, they're gonna bug out. They're gonna bug out because they're living in a carnal sense. But even through all these persecutions, we have the rest of the Most High. Going back to Matthew 11:28, let's get that again. During all the things that are coming, we have a rest. It says 11:28, because we have been called to Yahweh Shai. Most High willing, we are chosen. Come unto me, all ye that labor and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. All those that are in captivity, we are in captivity, and we will give a rest. We have a rest, even though the things that are coming are difficult. We have a rest. We have a patient expectation that our power is going to save us. It's a lot. That our power is going to save us, man. Instead, I'm going to get Matthew 10:24. I think it is. It says this is Matthew 10:24. It says, the disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that be as his master and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house of Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? So we're gonna receive the same name calling, and we're already receiving it, man. We're already called those names. We're already called names and false accusations against us for having this word. They'll call you, your family members will do it to you, man. They'll call you racist and hate speech and blah blah blah, and because they don't understand the scripture, they don't understand the true nature of the Most High. Because verse 26 says, fear not them therefore, for there is nothing covered that should not be revealed, and here that shall not be known. So we're getting we're getting the news, man. We're getting the pre-game plan, the pre-game plan. We know what's gonna happen, man. These people out here, they don't. And we know, and most importantly, we know why it's going to happen. We understand why things are happening. We understand why we are in the condition that we're in. We understand why certain people do certain things. We understand all of that, man. So we know that which is hidden. We know that which is in the darkness, because all brought to light. We know those things. We know the hidden agendas, man. We know the motives behind what Esau's doing. We know who's doing it. We know that's the Most High acting on the left-hand side. So that's an inner knowledge that not a lot of people have. So we know that, man. And we preach it upon the housetops. Meaning that we preach it out in public. So all these things go hand in hand together, man. All these scriptures go hand in hand together, man. With that being said, just a real quick lesson on the burden of this truth, but also the balance of the hope of this truth. And you got to take all these things into consideration as you do your daily walk. Just a few quick scriptures that I was meditating upon. I'm also Wednesday edifying to you, brothers. With that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Ka halal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Let's keep on pushing. Shalom.